Hello, everyone, and this is Reggie with Stock Talk. On my channel, I like to go over swing trades. So basically, I'm a swing trader, and I trade based off of technical analysis and chart patterns. So now, so that swing trading basically means you're in a stock for a short period of time. You're just taking advantage of price movement. My swing trade of today will be Netflix. And the reason why I'm choosing Netflix is because now, if you look, this is a very scary candlestick pattern, very scary chart pattern. It's not consistent. It goes down and through both this red line here, which is the center of the Bollinger Band, which is a moving average. Usually, you like to see it bounce off of that and stay between the top and the middle line, but it's just it's erratic and going everywhere, right? So this trade on Netflix will be on earnings. I found a consistent pattern on earnings, um, and it looks like it's breaking from that pattern. So I'm assuming the opposite is going to be true. This when earnings come out, which will be on the 19th, right? 2 days from the recording of this video. So if we look, here's the pattern, right? So typically, if you look here, and these are daily. This is the daily chart. So each candlestick represents one day. After earnings, Netflix drops, right? So here it went from, $523 down to like 499, got as low as 489. So a huge drop by Netflix, right? But look at this gap up to it, right? So we didn't have this gap up, right? Because look, it's in 2 days and it's in a downtrend. So consistently it goes up here to the top of the Bollinger Band and then drops, right? Let's look at another earnings. So this E stands for earnings date. So boom, it kind of gapped up. Actually, this is how it's looking now. It's like gapped up and then actually consolidated. Look like, see, this is a bull trap because look, buying, a candle of indecision, but to the call side. So you're thinking, okay, this is probably going to go up. Boom, it dropped on you and never recovered for a while. And so you have that one. Let's go to another earnings. Again, see, gapped up, and then boom, earnings next day dropped, right? Let's go one more. See, earnings come up, and then see, look at this one. Earnings next day dropped. They had a nice recovery the next day after that, though, but the same pattern dropped. But the one thing you see in all of these is that it's before earnings, it's hanging out at the top of the Bollinger Band. So it's at the top. So there's a lot of buying, and then it drops, right? So everybody's playing it that way. But this is different. This time is different. And for the last earnings for the last like 4 or 5 earnings sessions, it's been a consistent pattern. It gaps up and then drops. So I'm thinking the opposite is going to happen, where on earnings it's going to gap up this time instead of gapping down. So I got a price target of $543. I think it's going to get all the way to the top of the Bollinger Band. If not, it'll just gap down to $467. But I don't. That's a huge. Let's see right here, because right here the lowest was 521 and got down to 488. So that's almost a $40 drop. So this will be 460 will be the price target here. I don't know. So this is hard to tell. So let's just keep an eye on this one because look, a $40 drop here, it will have you right. And this is what I was thinking. It will find support right at 40. Just like so, it's very consistent. The percentage of it dropping. So you may want to do maybe a strangle on this one. But if you look at the chart pattern, right, the MacD is showing strength to the upside. It's still showing a downtrend, but it's weakening, right? And then the RSI is in oversold territory, and now buying is coming in, right? So use your judgment on this one, but there is an opportunity here, right? So I would maybe buy some puts to protect yourself on the downside, but I see it gapping up. So it's either maybe the buying is coming in a little late and then they'll gap down and keep the consistent pattern, or this is a reversal of that pattern where okay, everybody knows, and so they're selling, 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 and then the buyers will come in after earnings. Maybe it'll be a huge earnings surprise. I know they're releasing movies with major stars every month now instead of using a movie theater. So, and more news may come in the next few days leading up to earnings. So, keep an eye on it. Maybe take a small position on which direction you think is going to go. But keep an eye on Netflix. But it's going to move. It's going to be a big move somewhere. It's either going to gap down, a major gap down or major gap up. Based off the traditional pattern, it will gap down. But so even here, we kind of, the last one, it kind of gap down, gap down. But again, it was up here near the Bollinger Band. See, this has already got his gap down already. So typically, I would expect it to be here after earnings, based off the pattern we've seen. But since it's already at the bottom of the Bollinger Band, it's going to take a lot of selling pressure for this to push further down because we're already at the bottom. So that's why I'm thinking we're going to jump up on Netflix. So again, if you've seen this video before this happens, give me your, what you think. What happens? We're going to talk about what happens after the 19th and see what happens. But give me your comments. This is Reggie with Stock Talk. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can be updated on these moves. All right, this is Reggie with Stock Talk. I will see you on the next video.